Then came the final straw. A week before the incident, I got a letter that looked like it came from a law office. Fancy header, intimidating words, an entire paragraph in bold. It claimed I had violated Article 4C of the HOA Charter, and that legal action was imminent if I didn't immediately uninstall the solar panels. It was signed by Karen B. HOA, President and Compliance Officer. Now, I'm no lawyer, but I know a fake when I see one. First of all, the address at the top was a P.O. box at the local UPS store. Second, she misspelled the word neighbor as neighbor. Classic Karen. So I laughed. Then I framed the letter and hung it in my bathroom. But she wasn't done. I started getting weird knocks at my door. Once, at 6 a.m., a man in a neon vest claimed he was with Municipal Light Safety Services and needed to inspect my panels for sun leakage. I asked, "Is that a real thing?" He replied, yes. Very dangerous. Sunlight can leak into the neighbor's Wi-Fi. I closed the door. But that's when I realized Karen had gone rogue. This wasn't just HOA drama anymore. This was suburban warfare. I told my wife she's either going to climb up and rip the panels off herself or she'll do something way dumber. And right on cue, 2:37 a.m. That's when I heard the soft thud of boots in the grass. At first, I thought it might be a raccoon again. But when the lights snapped off and my security camera feed went black, I knew. This wasn't an outage. This was sabotage. With my flashlight in one hand and my trusty, again unloaded, shotgun in the other, I crept outside like I was guarding Fort Sunlight. The moonlight hit just enough to make out the three shapes near the side of my house. 3 men, yellow vests, clipboards, bolt cutters. One had a mullet. They were whispering like middle schoolers pulling a prank. "Cut the wire fast," Karen said. "The guy sleeps like a rock. He's got a shotgun, man. What if he wakes up? Bro," she said, "he's soft. Just hurry up." Spoiler alert, I'm not soft. I cleared my throat like Clint Eastwood on allergy meds. The flashlight beam hit them like they were deer caught cheating on their taxes. I didn't say a word. Just stood there with the shotgun across my chest like I was posing for a "Don't Mess with Texas" billboard. Mullet guy screamed. The other 2 bolted. One leapt over my fence like an Olympic hurdler. Another tripped over my wife's potted lavender and face-planted into the grass. I almost applauded. But I stayed silent, dramatic, and terrifying. It's glorious. As I watched them scramble away into the night, I caught a glimpse of a silver Prius down the street. Headlights flicked off. The driver ducked. It was Karen, caught red-handed, lurking like a dollar store Bond villain. I walked calmly back inside, power still off, but my ego brighter than ever. First thing I did, call an electrician. Second thing, check my camera backups. They'd gone offline when the box was cut, but my other camera, the one hidden in my bird feeder, still rolling, crystal clear. Karen's car, her face, her pointing a walkie-talkie like she was directing an action movie. And that, my friends, is where the real fun began. The board had seen enough. She was voted out on the spot. But oh, it didn't end there. Karen tried one last Hail Mary. She pulled out a wrinkled folder from her oversized handbag and started waving papers around like she was casting a spell. These are my records. He's a repeat violator. Look at the timestamp. His grass was 3 inches high on June 12th. 3 inches. That's a clear violation. Someone in the back whispered, "Is she okay?" Another neighbor raised their hand. "Karen, are you really trying to defend breaking into someone's yard at night by complaining about lawn length?" She didn't answer. Loud, awkward, hiccup-filled sobs. The kind that make you feel bad, until you remember she hired 3 guys to cut your power in the middle of the night. The meeting ended with applause. Not for me, just for the fact that it was the last time Karen would ever lead one. Her clipboard was confiscated like it was a weapon. The HOA board issued a formal apology to me and offered to cover the damages. I said, nah, just throw a barbecue next weekend and invite everyone. I'll bring the lemonade. But here's where it gets even juicier. 2 days later, one of the goons showed up at my door. Mullet guy. He looked sheepish, holding a small potted plant. "Hey, man, sorry about the tulips. And for, trying to sabotage your house." I accepted his apology, mostly because he looked like a golden retriever who accidentally chewed up the couch. Turns out Karen had paid them in gift cards. Not even cash. Gift cards. To Bed Bath & Beyond. The guy said she told us it was a prank. Said it was just neighborhood theater. We didn't know we were messing with solar panels. I thought we were cutting cable TV or something. I laughed so hard I nearly invited him to the barbecue. By the end of the week, Karen quietly packed up and moved. Word on the street is she now lives in a condo complex where the HOA president is even worse than she was. Karma? Maybe. Poetic justice? Definitely. Now, life in the neighborhood feels lighter. The lemonade stand? Booming. One guy said, "Your daughter's lemonade cured my acid reflux." Not sure about the science, but hey, $2 a cup. People wave again when they walk by. Dogs are allowed in the park now, and the community voted to approve solar panels for everyone. My yard? Still exactly 2.5 inches of grass, just to be petty. And that old shotgun? It's now mounted above my garage door with a little wooden sign beneath it that reads, "In case of Karen, break glass." The footage from that night? It's my new screensaver. And anytime someone new moves into the neighborhood, I tell them the story, right after the welcome cookies. So if you thought this HOA story was wild, just wait till you hear the time my neighbor tried to ban backyard hammocks because she claimed they attract possums. Yep, that's a real story, and it's coming up in the next video. Like this video if you've ever dealt with a Karen. Comment below with your craziest HOA or neighbor experience. And hit that subscribe button so you never miss a new episode of Neighborhood Chronicles where sanity goes to retire. Because sometimes the suburbs are wilder than the jungle.